Yes, and Dr. Eve is here with us. Our lines are open 0839133728 as we chat about men's health, in particular, of course, mental health. The fact that over the past couple of years, the role of women in society has become a lot more prevalent, which has led to some kind of discomfort and a bit of a power struggle, especially for men who are used to the old way of doing things.
And so with women becoming a little bit more dominant, especially when it comes to romantic relationships, we're asking the question today, how has the role of men been affected? Well, we hit the streets.
If you look at the role of a man like 50 years back and now, it's a huge difference.
I like the fact that women are becoming more dominant in the world. Reason being, I don't feel bad for not mowing the lawn.
You find that now women are going to work and men are being like husbands or housemen.
But she shouldn't think that just because she's a woman, she has final say. Rather, it should be a mutual understanding on both sides.
Well, sure to be a very, very interesting topic that we're taking on. And as I said earlier on, 0839133728, the lines are now open for your comments and questions to Dr. Eve. Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good to have you. Now, this is a very, very interesting topic, and I think one that everyone can engage in. When you look back, the fact that not even 60 years ago, women didn't play as big a role as they are now. And of course, like we said, it's resulted in some kind of power struggles in relationships. And in your therapy sessions, do you find that it's more and more prevalent in the 21st century? Are there more power struggles in relationships?
It's an interesting dilemma, because we know that from a modern and from a political and from a legal point of view, women have equality.
Exactly.
But put women and men into a relationship, and I'm talking a traditional relationship over here, then it seems as if we go backwards. Women take on the traditional roles still. I was reading research recently that was showing that women still are the primary caretakers. They still are the ones who worry more about the babies and the children and school and sport and what's going to happen to the kids. And fathers are still seen to be more as a provider than protectors. And one has to question, what is it? Why is it that we haven't kind of caught up with what legal structures are and what social structures are saying to us? But in actual fact, it's an evolutionary instinct that there is a great need in men to be the provider and the protector, and women have this very strong nurturing. I always wonder, is it really that, or are we socialized into being more nurturing? But to directly answer your question, it does provide a lot of dilemmas in a relationship. Because we have something called time as well, where we've got your dual careers, your dual incomes, which most people do want. So how are you going to divide your tasks? And so it becomes a really difficult thing where you have this instinctive need to really be the one who's providing and protecting, as in man, and then you have the woman who really has the instinctive need to be able to nurture and to care, but also wants to be equally seen, equally respected. And I think that that's kind of two different things, that there has to be a respectfulness, that we are two equal people in a relationship. Otherwise, what's the point of being in a relationship otherwise if you
Dr.
can't
Eve,
be equal?
I can't help but go to practical examples immediately. I'm thinking of my friends who the guy allows the woman to wash the car. And I'm thinking of my friend now recently who's getting divorced and they have a dual bank account, and I'm going, but you make your own money, why don't you have your own bank account? So immediately I go to practical examples. Everyday power struggles. I mean, what can you list for us? And especially for our callers at home, 0839133728 if you want to give us a call this morning.
Yeah, you know what I always say to couples is that look at what are your strengths in the relationship. Forget about gender. Doesn't matter that he's the man. Forget about traditional male roles and female roles. If he's the one who's really good at, say, doesn't say changing nappies, he's the one who's good at cooking. Break the stereotypes around that. And if she's really good at washing cars, let her be the one that washes the cars. As long as it's not something which is forced and says, you have to do that, you have to do that. It always is going to be a struggle. There's always, if you put two people together, and I really want to extend it not only to traditional relationships, but even to situations where like they're hookups, or they're friends with benefits, or people get into different forms of attachment. There's always this incredible tension around who's going to be dominating. Let's move away from the sense of who's dominating and rather look at who is best at something, who is better. I'm better at directions, you're better at social arrangements. Rather focus on what your strengths are than looking at the traditional norms. You're laughing, you're laughing.
I think Ilana's thinking the same thing as I am. Just because Ilana might be better at karate doesn't mean if there's a window breaking at night that she now has to go up and go check it out. Because, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I would rather protect you, but obviously
There
you
you
feel
go.
differently.
No,
You feel differently.
I'm kidding. I'm pulling your leg. I am.
But how then do you suggest that couples kind of deal with these issues? We'll talk to the question after the break, but how couples can deal with these issues in a healthy way that doesn't result in conflict or resentment. So, yes, our lines are open.
I've got so much to say.
We're not even in a relationship but already.
I've got so much to say. I'm going to protect you when that window breaks, okay? I've got karate.
Listen, we'll talk after the break. Keep on calling us on 0839 133 728 and we'll be right back.